Yesterday, I talked about visualization. So today, I want to talk about how to get the most out of that practice and just really talk about how it all works. Good morning, loves. Happy Tuesday. We're here. Another day full of endless possibilities. You just never know what's going to happen. So I'm going to take a second, let a few people join us, take a sip of my coffee. Yesterday I didn't even drink it. I was just sitting here holding it. I don't know. But here we go. Yeah, that's morning. Okay. Oh, another non-windy day, which is beautiful. Like I mentioned yesterday, you just never know where I'm at, if it's going to be windy or not. So, I'm blessed with another non-windy day. And I love that. Good morning, husband. Share this really quick. Alright, there we are. So yesterday, I talked about visualization and how I've witnessed that work in my own life, and I gave an example of how it has worked for other people. And so today, I want to talk about how to get the most out of that practice and just really talk about how it all works. Like, what do you do? Where do you start? So, like I had mentioned yesterday, I first started because it was part of a guided meditation that I was doing, and I would always do it in the evenings. And those things worked really well, doing it in the evening. So, it doesn't really matter what time of day you practice your visualization, but you'll feel it out and you'll find what works best for you. And sometimes visualizing certain things at certain times of the day works better. So feel free to play with what time of day and how it works best in your schedule, because it's something that you want to be consistent with to get the best results. And that's my next tip, is be consistent. And that is so hard. And I find it hard also. But after a certain period of time, and you've really stuck with it, you'll see that you just keep continuing. There we go. There's an ing in there. You'll keep continuing to do it. So find the right time of day, and then be consistent. And then my next tip would be to start with something simple. Start with something like, maybe there's a situation that's really apparent in your life and you have a certain way you want it to go, or you feel like it should go. Or maybe you're going to have a tough conversation soon and you just really want to have your best self present during this conversation. So you can take time to really play it out in your mind exactly how you feel it should go or you want it to go. So, like I said, pick the right time of day, be consistent, and then start with something easy, something that's not like so far away from where you are now as far as life changes, because that's the next thing. If you try to visualize something in your life that's really far away, or maybe it's a financial thing, maybe it's a family planning thing, if you visualize those things that are really far away, then it's going to take more time for them to come to fruition. The thing about it is you can do those things, just don't expect it to happen overnight, because it won't. You have to keep feeding your brain that message, keep feeding your brain those things that you want to come about in life. And some things just take time, and that's okay. Time is totally in your favor if you are trying to build a more positive and healthy life. I used to get stuck in the cycle of, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time. How am I going to do all this? Like, it's going to be like there's too much and I can't get it all done right now. And that was only hindering the process. Like, I was only cutting myself short of what I really could be doing if I just took a second and took a deep breath and then move forward with what I wanted to change and manifest, or however it is you view it, do those things in my life. So, our first tip. Right time of day. What works best for you? Be consistent. Pick something that's not as big of a change, and then eventually graduate to those things that are larger and more far away changes. And like I said, you can do them both. Just don't expect them to manifest right away or to come to fruition right away. Those bigger things take more time and more energy and more focus, and that's okay. Time is on your side, I promise you. And my last tip for visualizing is to really engage all of your senses while you are visualizing. Think about what you see, not just like directly in front of you, but what do you see in this picture around you? Really focus on the details of what is happening in this scene. Sorry. I caught a whiff of that coffee and I just had to take a drink. Okay, so what do you see around you? Focus on details. Build as much of the scene as you can. And then, what do you smell things? What do you hear? All those things. As many senses that you can engage during this practice, the better. What do you feel? How do you feel in your body? All of those things. Because those will be tips and cues for you to help either shift what you're visualizing or prepare you for things that you might feel in that situation when it comes to pass in real life, and then you'll be prepared for those things, especially like with my previous example of having a tough conversation. Like if you really pay attention to how you feel in your body when you're trying to go through this conversation, then if you do feel maybe like that anxiety or that little bit of a panic feeling, you have already prepared yourself for that, and you know how to move forward. And not saying that it's not going to be hard, because it might, but at least you'll be prepared, and just more so prepared than you were before, which is always good. Being prepared is fabulous. Anyway, my loves, I will let you go this morning. I hope that you have a fantastic Tuesday, and happy visualizing. And if there are any tips that I missed or tips that you would like to share with everybody, feel free to put those in the comments. I'd love to read those and pass those on so that way we can all really hone in on our visualization practices. Alright guys, ta-ta. We'll chat soon.